Hey, so how's it going, guys? This is Rio Murata, photographer based in Tokyo. It's been a while since I bought something with my hard-earned cash, which is like worth mentioning in my channel. And this time around, I picked up a table tripod. Long story short, I actually previously owned a Manfrotto's Pixie Evo tripod, and I did not like that tripod, so I never mentioned it in my channel, and I ended up selling it on a Craigslist type of site. And there were a couple of reasons I did not like that mini tripod. One is that after you attach your camera to that mini tripod, you're stuck with two positions. It extends once and twice, and that's basically it. You can't go any higher than that. And two, the Manfrotto Pixie Evo, they have like two variations, Pixie Original and the Pixie Evo for the DSLRs and stuff like that. It was quite bulky. It's like very thick and it's hard to carry around, and that sounds wrong, and I thought it would be not beneficial for my viewers to watch that video, so I never made a video on that. And after that experience of using that Manfrotto Pixie Evo and selling it online, and I recently purchased a $10 knockoff, and that table tripod, my mom actually took it away from me because she was working on her YouTube channel, and I had no table tripod at my disposal. So I was actually looking for one until I was looking on Amazon actually, and one brand kept popping up on my Amazon feed, and you guys probably know it, and it's been popping everywhere, and it's called the Ulanzi's series of mini tripods. And I thought, why not give it a go, actually. So the one that I purchased is Ulanzi's MT-16. They have multiple variations. They have an MT-08, which goes head to head with the Manfrotto Pixie Original, and the one I purchased probably goes against the Manfrotto Pixie Evo, if I'm right. And there's another one called the MT-34, which I can't tell the difference of what it does. And if I'm right, this what I call MT-16 from Ulanzi is probably the best selling mini tripod, table tripod on Amazon as of 2022 in Japan, if I'm right. And there's a lot to talk about this, and where to start actually. So this basically demolishes the Manfrotto's Pixie Evo due to a couple of reasons. One is the slim profile. It is much slimmer than the Manfrotto. It's hard to explain in front of the camera. And another thing I forgot to mention is that there is actually a hot shoe on the left side or the right side of the mini tripod, which the Pixie series do not have. It's a new function that I've came to realize that it is beneficial for me, especially for my YouTube channel. And in most cases, probably the majority of people will use this as a video tripod. I mean, you can use this as a photography tripod, but for video, what's important about video is that you obviously need a microphone and some kind of light source, so LED. And you guys know a camera has only one hot shoe, so depending on what you shoot, there's going to be a microphone or an LED. But there are those people who want both of those accessories, but can't occupy that on the hot shoe of the camera. So that basically, this tripod basically fixes that problem. You can put an LED on this side, or you could put a microphone on the side, and you can basically shoot really nice high quality video on this. So another great thing about this tripod table tripod that I realized was that there is a center column. And I mean, for some people, you guys don't need a center column, but due to the fact that I shoot with a mirrorless camera that's quite heavy, and there are film cameras or medium format cameras that weigh nearly 1 kilogram. So what this center column does is it basically distributes the weight of the mini tripod. And if you ever use the Pixie series of tripods, I don't have a footage, unfortunately. The Manfrotto's Pixie series do not have a center column, meaning that if you put a relatively heavy camera on top of this tripod, what happens, it basically bends the legs down, and it kind of shrinks the overall height of the table tripod. But by having this center column, what happens is that basically supports the extra weight so that this tripod would not sink any further from that center column place, which makes this a fantastic table tripod. Last but not least, I forgot to say that this is like really revolutionary due to the fact that this basically extends like a selfie stick, and this can basically shoot from like 40 centimeters from the ground, meaning that if you're doing any kind of video conference, remote work, or if you're like shooting video or something, like having that extra like height suspended from the ground is beneficial when you're shooting video most of the time. But this can be helpful in photography due to the fact that if you shoot near ground zero, it's hard to basically like look through the viewfinder to see if your composition is right. But because this goes up into like what, 40 centimeters, you don't have to crouch down to like shoot images or video. So this is like really helpful for both of those like types of like content creators and videographers, cinematographers, and photographers as a whole, which the Manfrotto's Pixie Evo Pixie series could not provide back in the days. So I also forgot to mention that this table tripod is, you can purchase it from Amazon, and this brand does spontaneously like lots of sales during this period of the year, and it happens frequently actually. And the retail price of this is like $25, but don't purchase it at $25 because during these flash sales, they go down to like $17, $18, $19, somewhere around that range. In Japan, it goes down to 1,900 yen, so that's like $18, which is like 2/3 the price of the Manfrotto's counterparts, which is insane thinking about how much like functionality you get from this mini tripod, table tripod. And if you can purchase it around that price range, it would be really great actually. Okay, so there are negatives. There are no like perfect tripods, table tripods, and one of the negatives that I found after using this was that the center, because there is a center column, like you can't use this in the wilderness as in if you can't put this on a top of a rock or something that has like a circular like surface, due to the fact that because the center column is always in here, if there's like a round rock, it becomes like this, really unstable. But like on the other hand, like the Manfrotto's Pixie Evo, because it doesn't have a sort of like a centered column, you can place it almost everywhere. When you're like traveling, you can put it on the grass or on a hill or somewhere, and you won't lose that stability. But because there's this center column, this is more towards or aimed at people who are working remotely in home, more like indoors instead of outdoors, because you can probably only use this on a really flat surface and not on a rugged like terrain. So that's something I realized after using this. And another one is this, because this sort of extends like a selfie stick, this what I call the part that extends is not that thick, so you can't put like a GW690 on top of this. I mean, it will probably break. So like use it in an accordingly manner of not like trying to like abuse the weight limit of this like tripod. I mean, I wasn't able to find the limit of how much you can put on this like tripod, so keep that in mind. Okay, so another large negative that I found after using this is that the legs are really hard to open. It might be because of my copy that I recently received, but I'm not sure how other people's like mini tripod of this copy acts, because the legs are like so hard to open. It's like, oh fuck. I mean, it's like you need to put some emotion into it to open this tripod. So that's like opening the first leg is really hard. I mean, they could have done a better job of trying to like sort of like engineer this into this shape, but I mean the first like leg, you need more enthusiasm. Yeah. But after you open the first leg, the other legs are easy to open, so that's alright. But the first, it's like the first engagement kind of. What am I saying? So yeah, it's actually tough to open this tripod on the first try, but after like doing it for a couple of times, I guess it becomes easier, and you know how much like power you need to like open this tripod. So what am I saying? Okay, so going back onto the topic. So unfortunately my YouTube channel is like film oriented and I only like talk about film stuff, but probably there are like a minority of people who are maybe trying to make a YouTube channel and they're looking to like sort of like get more like equipments related to like YouTube content creation, or maybe they're looking for the table tripod for to shoot while they're like working or like showcasing their like contents. Yeah, and at the same time, like if you travel frequently, like having one might be a great option, because there's like, I mean, this is much easier to like sort of like set up compared to a tripod. You can save a lot of time like setting this up, like instead of like setting up a tripod. And if you want to like shoot from a low angle, like setting a tripod at a low angle, it takes quite a patience and quite a long time. So this might be a great like viable option available, which will appeal for a lot of travelers. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please leave it in the description, in the comment section below. I will be happy to like see you guys. And yeah, we will see you next time. Peace. Okay, so this is something I realized, but if you put a GW690 on this, the what you call the extension basically shrinks down like this. Let me just wait. See? It can't withstand the weight of the mighty GW690, so you can't use this as a selfie camera. So it just shrunk like 20 centimeters down actually, because the center column's too weak. But I mean, hope you guys don't use this as a selfie camera.